Hugging is often dismissed as a simple gesture of affection, a biological relic of our need for connection and comfort. But when examined through the lens of energy, consciousness, and metaphysics, it becomes something far more profound. A literal act of merging, an energetic synchronization, and a momentary return to the deeper reality of oneness. In truth, the act of embracing another being is not merely emotional or psychological. It is a fundamental interaction of energy fields, a convergence of vibrational frequencies, and a small but tangible glimpse into the very nature of reality itself. The heart as the center of energy. Ancient spiritual traditions and modern energetic sciences alike recognize the heart as a primary energy center. In many esoteric teachings, it is referred to as the seat of the soul, the midpoint between the lower physical centers and the higher spiritual realms. The heart chakra, Anahata in the yogic tradition, is often depicted as the bridge between the material and the transcendent, the anchor point where individual consciousness meets the infinite field of existence. But this is not just a mystical concept, it is observable in physics. If we strip away all emotional and sentimental connotations, we are left with a simple truth. The heart is an electromagnetic generator. Studies from organizations like the HeartMath Institute have demonstrated that the human heart produces the most powerful electromagnetic field in the body, measurable several feet away. This field fluctuates based on emotions, intentions, and states of consciousness, influencing not only our own physiology but also the people around us. When two people embrace, these electromagnetic fields interact, synchronize, and momentarily harmonize. The effect is greater than the sum of its parts. Just as in physics, where resonance amplifies the power of two interacting frequencies, a hug facilitates an energetic amplification. It is, quite literally, a fusion of consciousness at the vibrational level. Why hugging feels so good? The physics of energy exchange. A hug is not merely a psychological comfort, it is an energetic alignment. When two beings bring their energy centers closer together, the resistance of separation dissolves, and for a moment, there is less distinction between self and other. Consider how batteries generate warmth when energy flows. This same principle applies to the body. The energetic interaction of two closely aligned fields creates a feedback loop, reinforcing and amplifying the sensation of unity. When people say a hug warms their heart, they are not just speaking metaphorically. It is a real energetic event, one that can be measured, felt, and understood in terms of vibrational physics. Even mainstream science has recognized the benefits of hugging. Physical contact triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, which reduces stress, strengthens emotional connections, and promotes overall well-being. But beyond the biochemical level, what is truly happening is an exchange of life force, a moment where two distinct fractals of consciousness synchronize, dissolving the illusion of separateness, if only for a brief moment. The ego as the barrier to deeper connection. This understanding also sheds light on why humans often struggle with vulnerability and physical closeness, particularly with other humans. The ego, which is responsible for maintaining the illusion of individuality, instinctively resists experiences that threaten its sense of separateness. Animals, on the other hand, do not have the same psychological barriers. They exist in a state of natural energetic openness, unconstrained by mental constructs that create artificial division. This is why people often feel a deeper, purer connection when hugging an animal. There is no tension, no awkwardness, no mental resistance. The energy flows freely, unimpeded by self-consciousness or societal conditioning. With humans, the ego intervenes, creating a subconscious hesitation. Even when we crave connection, the mind imposes restrictions. How long is too long? Is this socially acceptable? Am I being too vulnerable? This mental noise disrupts the pure energetic exchange, making it harder for humans to experience the full depth of what a hug can truly be. This explains why vulnerability is often cited as the key to deeper relationships, because it is nothing less than the dissolution of egoic resistance. The more open and unguarded we are, the more we allow for true energetic merging. In this sense, vulnerability is not just an emotional state, it is an alignment with the greater field of consciousness itself. Hugging as a microcosm of the universal truth. What is the ultimate implication of this realization? At the deepest level, the very reason a hug feels so fulfilling is the same reason love, unity, and spiritual awakening feel fulfilling. It is the temporary collapse of separateness, the fleeting glimpse of our true nature as one. The physical act of embracing is simply the externalized representation of an eternal truth, that all things, all beings, all consciousness are intrinsically interconnected. The deep satisfaction of a heartfelt embrace is not just an emotional high, it is the body remembering what the mind has forgotten, that division is an illusion, that all energy seeks union, and that ultimately the only real truth is oneness. Thus, hugging is not merely an act of affection, it is physics, spirituality, and consciousness in action. It is a sacred moment where the ego steps aside, allowing the deeper reality of unity to surface, even if just for a few seconds. The greater implications beyond hugging. If we extend this understanding beyond hugging, it reveals a fundamental shift in how we perceive all interactions. Love is not just an emotion, it is the very fabric of the universe. Connection is not just a psychological need, it is a law of energy itself, and consciousness is not confined to the brain, it is the underlying field in which everything exists. This realization changes everything. It explains why human touch is so powerful. It explains why presence, simply being in someone's energy field, can be transformative. It explains why acts of compassion, kindness, and unity resonate so deeply at the core of our being, because they are not mere social constructs, but reflections of the ultimate truth. If we take this knowledge seriously, it forces us to rethink everything about our relationships, our society, and our understanding of reality itself. It exposes the artificial barriers that keep humanity divided and asleep to its true nature. And perhaps most importantly, it offers a glimpse into what the world could look like if we collectively awaken to this truth. A world where love is understood as a literal force, not just a poetic ideal. A world where connection is seen as the foundation of existence, rather than an emotional luxury. A world where human interactions are no longer dictated by fear and ego, but by the recognition of our shared energetic essence. And perhaps in that world, a simple hug would no longer be seen as just a moment of comfort, but as what it truly is, a portal back to the oneness we have always been.